Hi, everybody. This was not planned tonight, but I was looking over a little booklet of poems that my oldest brother wrote when he was 17. And I thought maybe I would share some of my favorite poems out of this little book that he wrote. It's a little booklet. He titled the booklet Reflections in a Tear. And I'll show you the cover. I don't know if you can see it very well. My dad designed all of the artwork, so that was my dad's artwork right there. It says Reflections in a Tear by Tex Norman. And there's some drawings inside as well. And this is called Something Else. And the poem, or the image that my dad did was of a rose and then two black roses, because it kind of coordinates with the poem called Something Else. The world was a garden of dead things, and I dwelt there alone. After some time of searching, I found one single yellow rose left. It was surrounded by the crisp brown ugliness. I stood in awe, worshiping the one beautiful thing that was left in the world. As I stood there in silence, a very old woman came and cut the flower from its stem. I lost my control and struck that old woman. I threw the flower into the mud and stomped it down and covered it over with dirt. Hide it from my sight, I shouted. It must be destroyed before it withers. Do not let me see it become as the rest of the world. And this one is one of my favorites, called Then and Now. Then and Now. When I was younger, about 7 years old, I used to spend all my time alone, walking around the gravel pits. I found many beautiful colored rocks. Sorry. I found many beautifully colored rocks. I always came home with my pockets filled with a shining treasure. Once I found a $5 bill. I had more money than I wanted then. I had a lot of trouble finding ways to spend it. I wish I had known you then. I would have bought you the world. Now I'm broke. I haven't the money to take you out and buy you pretty things. But come with me anyway. Come, let us run over grassy green hills. I will give you a wild rose and a red-brown leaf. We will sit in the sunlight and listen to a symphony of birds. I can't buy you the world, but I can show you life. Thought that was really nice. This one is just a very short one called Need. He wrote, even the man who believes in nothing still needs a girl to believe in him. I believe in many things. How much greater is my need? My thoughts on crickets. I have heard in the early spring a tiny cricket begin to sing. I've heard its song turn into two. Two little crickets are very few, yet the number grows, and the summer night knows that my dreams will be filled with screams from 100 million crickets in song, and it will be silence that I long. I'll love the silence till at last a frost comes and settles on grass. The crickets' number dwindles down till only one cricket is left and found. He sings his last song in the night. He will be dead before morning's light. When I was younger, I used to cry for the last lonely cricket who sings to die. This is called New Day. I turned in the darkness. The sleep fell from my eyes and would not return. I got up, dressed, then went outside. I was up before the sun. The air was clean and everything seen was bathed in the blue light that came from the moon. And everything was still and fresh and beautiful. I began to ask myself the same questions everyone asks when they're 17. I asked about love. The crickets sing as I ask myself, is love something you fall into, something that happens by accident? Is love passion, affection, respect for another? Is love all three? And then I think of the girl I love. Yes, no other word would do. I think of the girl I love. Do I love her too much or not enough? If I loved her less, would she love me more? When I speak to her, do I sound corny or phony? Am I nothing but a bore? The morning mist is leaving now. A glow is seen in the east, and the moon slowly fades. The moon goes down, and the sun comes up, and the world goes round, and life seems like an up down merry-go-round. It's the birth of a new day. The paper boy throws the papers. The milkman begins his deliveries. Women with their hair in curlers, wearing old bathrobes, peek out their doors, grab the milk, and disappear again into houses. Cars pass by, and now the sun is high enough to kill all signs of the night, and I know I'm right. It's the birth of a new day. This is called June the 12th, and I'll show you the picture that goes with it that my dad drew. That's the picture. And here's the poem, June the 12th. I walk the streets searching for an answer. My life is like a teardrop, never used. I shout to a lonely world of street lamps, a lonely world of people who don't care. I look deeply into the faces of everyone passing by. They are ashamed, and they hurry past me, muttering about the time, or the weather, or just anything that's unimportant. As I look into their faces, I see a reflection of my own soul, and I want to weep, but I can't. So I shout again, my life is like a teardrop never used. A teardrop should be used. Dear one, I have never been so lonely. I have never needed you more. I think that's neat. This is probably my favorite poem that my brother Tex wrote in this little booklet. It's called Only a Dream. When I woke up this morning, you were on my mind, and all this day I have felt like a little boy's yellow balloon that floats on a string and goes on long, lazy walks on cool, breezy summer days. Only last night our shoulders touched in a happy accident, and oh, too slowly our fingers found each other. We held hands with alternating pressures to show that each was conscious of the other. When I was with you, I forgot that my past was filled with sleepless nights where loneliness called to me from every corner of the room. I forgot that once my soul was in such pain that it screamed when I was alone. I only thought of you. Only last night, the little love you gave me said, "Go, run laughing into tomorrow." And I whispered back, "Come with me." I love that poem. This is called I Have a Soul. Yes, I have a soul. It whimpered last night, so I said to my soul, "For pity's sakes, I told you not to sing the songs of the heart. The heart sings songs of truth, and the truth spouts from my mouth, naked and unafraid. And when they hear me sing the songs of my heart, they say, 'He is a fool. For pity's sakes, I told I told you there are very few who dare look upon the truth unclothed.'" This is called Big Boys Don't Cry. Big boys don't cry. I stopped when I was 8. I wish I hadn't. It would help if I could cry at the end of a good love or the beginning of a new one. Sometimes it would be nice to cry for something beautiful or gentle, but big boys don't cry, at least not in front of anyone. This is a poem called Why. Why did you laugh at the things most important to me? This world is hard enough to face without you becoming part of it. Come ye out from among them. Come chase a moth instead of a butterfly. Come walk along with me, for I have plans and places to go, and a dreary day may come tomorrow. So come ye out from among them. I cannot come to you. This is just titled Sonnet 1. The snow keeps falling, snow upon snow, gently it tumbles and falls around, standing in flurries and morning glow. I stare at the pure white snow-covered ground. The snow is white, like the down of a dove, but I know that soon the snow will turn gray. White turning gray is like one-sided love. Snowmen are standing in front yards all day. I know that soon they will all melt away. A teardrop rolls from my cheek. I'm sorry, a teardrop rolls on my cheek from my eye, and I slowly reach my hand to the sky. Into my hand, a snowflake gently falls, and a wintry breeze whispers and calls. I close my fingers as the snowflake melts. And Sonnet 2 goes like this. A mother stood waiting, all dressed in black, waiting for her son's body to come back. He is in a steel box, gift wrapped with a flag, his once firm body now limp as a rag. There is hope for the country, sings the bird. Hope for the country? Is the song absurd? We wait and time rolls on by. Hope for the country? The song was a lie. The bird has been silenced by shotgun blast. Now the bird lies rotting in the tall grass. In the darkness, a nation is calling. Must we head, or must we heed what we hear, or keep stalling? If we heed the call, will the darkness die? If we heed the call, will the country rise? And this one is called I Am Afraid. I am afraid of you. Yes, I am too different, and you may not understand how very much I need you. Dear one, be gentle, or you'll break me as if I were a crisp, dried flower that has spent much time on the windowsill, basking in the sun. I should not love you. It would be best if I didn't, but I don't always do what's best for me. And this is the picture that my dad drew for that. Thought that was nice. I know some of these are depressing, but they still tug at the heart, and I love the way he wrote them. My brother was bipolar, just to let you know that. Struggled with his emotions all his life. Let's see if I can find a better one. This is pretty nice. It's short. It's called Quiet, Wet Air. Quiet, wet air was meant to be used by lovers. Nothing is better for lovers than to walk down damp dirt roads holding hands and listening to the sound of footsteps. This is a nice one. It's called It Rained Today. It rained today. Why is it we could not be together when the rain began to fall? Walking in the rain can bring two people so very close together, and never have two people needed to be brought together as much as we do. Perhaps we could find some kind of understanding in silence, with only the sound of falling rain as we stand shoulder to shoulder and feel the drops shatter upon our faces. I like that one a lot. This is a poem called Whispering. Try to remember a time when there was snow on the ground, when the air was filled with happy sounds of lovers and laughter and whisperings about things beautiful. Do you remember a time in December when the blue light shone off the snow covered ground and I kissed you and I loved you and you said goodbye? I recall the time with a sigh, for I was in love with the smile from your eyes. My ears heard nothing you said. I only heard love that was not there, and I whispered of things beautiful. This is a really good poem. It's called New Love. New love, be gentle. I have been set apart for so long, and there have been so many who didn't understand, so many who didn't even care. I need so badly the soft voice and tender touch, the laughing in the wind. New love, be gentle and try to understand. Yet if you feel that you must leave, then go. Go while my eyes are soaking up a beautiful world, and please don't let me see you walk away. And this is a picture that my dad drew. I don't know if you can see it very well. This is a short poem called Watching. I sit in a yellow field watching children play. It's an evil way to play, but children don't know any better than to pick fistfuls of flowers and trap butterflies in jars. This is another short poem called I Sing. I sing you unknown love songs while I mow the grass. The motor's noise hides the words my heart sings. Why is it, when it's quiet, and I fear that someone might hear, I can never remember the words? This is a poem called Thoughts. Sometimes I feel that you don't like for me to be at your side, and I feel that I must soon try to forget you. But you smile and wave goodbye. I know someday that we must part, but I put off our parting for just a little while. Someday I must try to forget you, but I don't know how I'll do it. And I'll leave you with this poem. This is a longer poem called A Sudden Walk. I stare out the window watching children play, jump rope, or marbles. They laugh and run and seem to have fun, but the end of the day is marked by growing shadows, and twilight comes in with a breeze. Time to eat, mothers call, and children come running. One by one, they disappear into houses, and the street is lonely, darkness all around, and I see myself in the window dimly, then face to face. How could it be so late? I say, and I turn on lights. I sit and read short stories by Kafka, plays by Albee, and I'm tired. I planned to go to bed early this evening. Staying home seemed natural tonight. Then suddenly I leave. I just dress warm and leave. Down the street I go toward, well, no place in particular. And I can hardly keep from laughing right out loud for no reason. Or maybe I feel the urge to sing some dumb song, any song. I try to stop myself, but sometimes I just burst out in a wild noise or laughter or some dumb song about a girl with milk blue eyes. People look out their windows at me. He's crazy, they say, and they go back to watching TV. It's late. I don't see many people, but sometimes I see the bad boys with long hair and boots. And his girl, she smells of too much makeup, seat, and dime store cologne. Some poor girls wearing pants with dirty hair and no virginity. They stand under streetlights and make out. Snow begins to fall, and I begin to laugh. On the way home, maybe I'll stop and see how a friend is getting on. He's crazy, they say, and they go back to watching TV. There's a few poems that I skipped in there, but just wanted to share some of my favorites with you. I think my brother Tex was a very gifted poet, and I hope you enjoyed those and the artwork that my dad did that I showed you as well. You have a good night, and I will talk to you soon. Merry Christmas.